Hi everyone, this is a video for exercises 4-2 and 4-3. We're going to put these in the same video because they go hand in hand with each other. So in 4-2 we're given transactions and we're asked to list the debit and the credit account that goes along with it. What a lot of students do is they use the amount, they put it in the debit or the credit side. That is incorrect. You actually need to use the account titles. So for example, on transaction 1, where we invested cash in the business of $1,000, we're going to increase our cash and increase our capital. So that's what we're going to do for that transaction. For number 2, we performed services on account. Since our business provided the service, it's going to be accounts receivable since it says on account. That is the key phrase to remember when you're working on these assignments. And since we performed services, we're going to use our revenue account. But in this case, since they don't tell us what exactly that revenue account is, we're just going to put service fees. On your homework, it actually lists the account name in parentheses. So make sure you look for that. Here we purchased office equipment on account. So we're purchasing an asset, so we're going to increase that asset. Since we purchased it on account, it's accounts payable. The next one is we received cash. So since we received cash, we're going to increase our cash account. And it says for services previously rendered. So this is taking care of transaction 2. So since we increased accounts receivable, now we're going to decrease it to show that our customers have paid us the money. The last transaction is we're making a payment on our account. So we're going to decrease our accounts payable and decrease our cash account because we're paying out cash. For 4-3, we're going to take these account names and the transaction amounts and put them in the T-chart. So the T-charts have already been labeled. So we're just going to I'm just going to do all the debits first and then all the credits first, just because it would be easier for me. So debit cash for $1,000. So here's the cash, $1,000. Accounts receivable, $200. So accounts receivable, $200. And we're just going to keep going like this through the rest of them. Office equipment for $500. Cash for $200. And then accounts payable for $100. Okay, so now we have all of the debits listed. Now we're going to go ahead and do the credits. So we have capital for $1,000. Service fees for $200. Accounts payable for $500. Accounts receivable for $200. And cash for $100. And so now we need to balance the accounts. So in this case, this would be $1,200 for the footing. So let's make sure we note that it's footing. And our balance, or BAL, however you want to list it, is going to be $1,100. Office equipment, capital, fees do not need balancing. Accounts payable, our balance is going to be $400, so 500 minus 100. And then in accounts receivable, our balance is going to be 0. If you look over in the textbook, it has a check mark and a final cash balance, $1,100. These are essentially check figures that the book gives you to make sure that you have the correct amounts. So what we're going to do now is we need to prove that our debits equal our credits. So we're going to put our ending balances, 1,100, 500. So, and then the total is $1,600 for total debits. So we have $1,000 for capital, $400 for accounts payable, $200 for fees, and so that is $1,600. So that tells you if you have a balance correctly. However, you can have the total amounts be the same, but they could be the incorrect amounts based on whether or not you have transactions in the correct location. So again, if you need to check, send me an email, send me the file, and say, can you please look this over? I want to make sure I'm right. That is perfectly fine with me. I'd rather you ask questions than assume you know the answers, and then you have to spend more time redoing the assignments to bring your grade up. So please ask me questions if you have any.